This video shows how to sew reverse applique with unfinished edges. Two rectangles of the same size are sewn together along the edges with right sides together. This creates a finished edge for the fabric sign using reverse applique. If reverse applique is being used to create a larger piece of fabric that will be cut and made into something else, this step is not needed. On the fourth edge, sew to the center of the piece of fabric and reverse stitch the seam. Leave a 2-inch hole and then sew the rectangle complete, backstitching at the beginning of the stitch and at the end of the stitch. Trim the thread in the corners using the opening of the hole right side out the fabric. Then iron the two pieces of fabric flat. With chalk or water-soluble pen, draw a design or message on the top of the fabric. The negative space will be cut out after the edges are sewn, revealing the underneath fabric. Correct. Erase the chalk or the marker and redraw the design. This is why it's important not to work with a permanent marker, pencil, or pen that could stain the fabric. With straight pins, pin around the drawn message or design, taking care that the points of the straight pins are all facing the same direction. Make sure the straight pins are far enough away from the drawn area for the presser foot of the sewing machine to sew the lines without running into the pins. Sew a straight stitch along all the drawn lines, centering the presser foot on the drawn line. Make sure to backstitch when starting. As each stitch curves or angles around, place the needle down into the fabric, lift the presser foot, then pivot the fabric to continue sewing. On a curved edge, this method can also be used, putting the needle into the fabric, then pivoting the fabric and sewing several stitches before repeating the process. When all the lines have been sewn, remove the straight pins. Use the scissors to puncture the top layer of cloth, cutting 1/8 of an inch in all the way around the sewn lines. Cut the entire negative space out, revealing the second layer of fabric.